At only 70 bucks, the Tozo NC9 Pro remind me a lot of the Sony WF-1000XM4. They deliver an impressive list of specs and features, including app support, custom EQ, custom touch controls, and custom noise canceling. The compact charging case is almost identical in size compared to that of the XM4, and they also support wireless charging, just like the XM4. When it comes to the earbuds, they are a little bit on the larger side, which means that if you have small ears, the fit could be hit or miss. As I mentioned, these are using touch controls, and they do allow you to control everything at once. So you're able to have your playback controls, your volume controls, your ambient sound control, as well as your voice assistant. So if you need to pause your music, switch to the next song, adjust your volume, or go from noise cancellation to transparency, you can do that with a simple touch of the earbud. And thanks to the app support, you can even customize the configuration of the controls. So if you don't like the default setup, you can customize it to your needs. One of the few drawbacks when it comes to Sony's earbuds is that they make you pick and choose which controls you want access to. So if you want playback controls and volume control, well, then you won't have ambient sound control. If you want playback control and ambient sound control, well, then you won't have volume control. One feature the NC9 Pro don't have compared to the XM4s is in-ear detection. As we know, the Sonys have the automatic play and pause feature, which will pause your music anytime you remove one of the earbuds from your ear. The NC9 Pro are running Bluetooth 5.2, and they do support single usage mode, which means you can use either the left or the right earbud while the other remains inside of the case. In terms of battery life, they're putting up some pretty impressive numbers with a maximum of 10 hours on a single charge, which isn't too far off from the 12 hours of the XM4. Keep in mind, both of those numbers are with noise cancellation turned off. The charging case of the NC9 Pro provide an additional 2 charges for a little over 30 hours total. They also have an IPX6 rating, which means they're protected from sweat and splashes of water. Now let's go ahead and talk sound quality. With the Tozo NC9 Pro, you do have customizable EQ, so you're able to choose between 16 different EQ presets, or you can create your own. I found myself using the R&B preset quite a bit. It gives you some really nice punchy bass, but also a good amount of detail and clarity. The earbuds have quite a bit of range, especially in terms of bass, and I think that's the biggest difference that you notice compared to the XM4. If you're a fan of bass, you can definitely get stronger, punchier bass from the NC9 Pro. The mids and highs have a great amount of range as well, so you can certainly dial in more detail and clarity if that's what you want. Now, when it comes to the XM4, I will say that they perform a little bit better in terms of soundstage, so things sound a little bit wider and just more open. So with the NC9 Pro, I would say more dynamic, and with the XM4, I would say better soundstage. As far as the active noise cancellation and transparency, this is where I expected the biggest difference between the two, but the performance is actually pretty close. With the NC9 Pro, you're able to adjust the strength of the noise cancellation just like you can with the XM4, and they even offer wind noise reduction, again, similar to the XM4. The overall noise canceling ability, especially for the price, is very impressive. The XM4 do cancel out slightly more noise, but it's nowhere near a night and day difference. In fact, I would say if the XM4 are a 9 out of 10 in terms of noise cancellation, I would give the NC9 Pro about an 8. So in terms of value, these are definitely delivering a lot. When it comes to the transparency mode, the NC9 Pro are giving you some solid performance, but it does sound a little bit more digital compared to the XM4. However, it still serves its purpose as far as allowing you to be more in tune with your surroundings. All right, so this is a microphone test of the Tozo NC9 Pro. So this should give you a general idea as to how you would sound if you choose to take a phone call in a quiet environment. Here we have a microphone test of the Sony WF-1000XM4, again, quiet conditions. So this should give you an idea as to how you would sound in a quiet environment. And now we have the Tozo NC9 Pro, this time with some background noise being played on a speaker. So this should give you a rough idea as to how you would sound if you take a call in a more noisy environment. And now we have the 1000XM4, this time with the crowd noise being played on speaker. So this should give you a rough idea as to how you would sound in a more noisy environment. So overall, for the price, the Tozo NC9 Pro are an excellent alternative to some of the higher priced options out there. The Sony XM4 are more advanced and have more bells and whistles, but on a surface level, the Tozo NC9 Pro stack up surprisingly well. So I will put the purchase link for the NC9 Pro down in the description in case you're interested. And aside from that, as always, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.